Also, one of the things I do notice is that my claps are quite loud and yours are always very...
Are you saying my claps are inadequate?
No, I'm just saying I've had louder claps, that's all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's not a criticism, it's just feedback.
God, I told you this going into a relationship. I don't have a loud clap. You said it was fine.
No, you just said you had the clap.
And you were like, that's fine, me too.
Hello and welcome back to TOMUARIGASSEN, or How I Ripped Off Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the show thing that I wrote as a teenager to just rip off every Joss Whedon show I could possibly think of about me and my best friend in the entire world, MC.
Hi. We have the clap. And also, I wonder if that'll come into it at any point. Anyway, this is about what it'd be like if we were ninjas and fought the supernatural and stuff like that. And it's really bad, and we read it back and have all these nostalgic cringes, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's sufficiently far removed that it's almost like it's not us. It's like different people. So
yeah, well, I have gone through a sex change and a race change since I was 14, so it's like an entirely different person.
You changed.
And where are we at in the story? I feel like we've kind of stagnated a little bit. The two ninjas, Chip and MC, they're in Japan. Mm-hmm. They're fighting some evil things. There's the bad ninjas, Jack and Lee, who are trying to... We don't really know.
Yeah, they're just kind of dicks. Like they seem to be just fucking with our plans for the sake of it.
Yeah, and we're kind of dicks, but in a different kind of... We're heroic dicks.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're heroes in our day job, in our day life, and then we go back home to our abandoned mansion and are just kind of low-key abusive to our friends who support us financially and secretarially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as it should be. Okay, well, let's get into episode 6 then. Epiphany School. I'm sure Epiphany was a word I ripped off from Buffy as well.
Also, the title, the file title is Epiphany School. So, yeah.
Who doesn't love an Epiphany? As MC picked up the telephone, nerves got the better of him. What with all the crime and evil fighting, he completely forgot to bring the very good-looking Detective Lockhart.
Still giggle.
This is the lady friends that MC met in the previous episode, who is Tifa Lockhart from Final Fantasy VII.
Because that's how it works. I mean, that's just about as realistic as the rest of the thing, I guess. So.
Oh, absolutely. I don't even think it's just a name I've taken. I think in my head it was the
literally
character as well.
Tifa, yeah.
But a routine drugs bust, which him and Chip had seen a few of recently, brought up...
That's what ninjas do. And the cops are like, we gotta bust this meth lab, but we don't have enough uniforms. What do? Call in ninjas.
Is it like supernatural meth or something? Or
oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe it gives you superpowers, or it's made from virgin's blood or some
devil's
shit.
Spunk.
Yes.
That would be a really good name for a drug. Anyway, this is a really weird sentence, so let me try and get through this.
Okay.
But at a routine drugs bust, which him and Chip had seen a few of recently, brought up the opportunity for MC to speak to her again. Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. She was angry that he hadn't called, typical woman, and decided to give him one more chance.
I like how we've already broken up before going out.
If she hadn't heard from him within a week, then he could go and stuff his inside information on two guys he wanted to know about right up a place that wasn't on top of his neck.
That's... Okay, yeah, I see where she's going with that.
Sure, so you met this person once, and then you didn't call, and she's like, if you don't call me again, you can fuck right off, mate.
I know you're trying to track down these two evil ninjas who are currently growing evil super zombies and gigantic women monsters and all that kind of shit, but if you don't take me out to a nice restaurant, then everyone can just die.
And I like that all these things happen in one place, this genetics experimental office, and we're like, where could they be? I don't know. He had planned a number of things to say, but forgot them all most instantly as... He had a number...
Try again.
He had planned a number of things to say, but forgot all most instantly as the phone began to ring.
Oh, yeah, forgot them almost instantly as the phone began to ring.
Okay, not almost.
No, that makes sense. That was just... I'm going to be charitable and say that was just a typo.
You're getting really good at deciphering 14-year-old me.
I think about him a lot.
If rang a couple of times, and then his dead master and mentor, Shin no Card, appeared. Drink. Bollock. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Stealing my lines, Jim.
Sorry.
Bollocks.
Thought MC.
Every time with the appearing.
Luckily this time, Shin no Khan was just passing through to see how his two ninjas were doing in the fight against crime and evil fighting. The fight against crime and evil fighting. As MC started dialing the number again, he whispered to himself,
"Just another day at the office."
You're looking out like it's some Venetian blinds and the street lamps with a whiskey in your hand and your tie all loose around your neck.
Another day when my dead Japanese ninja mentor just appears when I'm trying to phone a dame.
Hey, this is new. We've got paragraphs now.
Oh, wow. You're evolving.
Oh, my God. Meanwhile, in the centre of Tokyo, at the genetics office, Lee was pissed.
Just burn it down, for fuck's sake.
Ever since Jack's plan to raise the ancient revenge monster Joe, then all he had gotten was an earful.
I love you fucking... your EastEnders-esque slang of like... look, I'm putting all the work. I raised that ancient revenge monster, but you're just giving me an earful.
Don't give me that, you slag. I'm trying to get by like any old bloke, ain't I? As Jack kept reminding his partner, everyone makes mistakes. Like the time when Lee had released the army of super zombies 3 days early, thus proving them ineffective against MC and Chip.
Oh, they've got such conflict in their relationship.
I know.
They need to be more empathic. They need to communicate better. Need to be more understanding. I know.
Jack asked Lee to call a spade so long as he stopped whining. Anyway. God, my American's getting worse. Jack boosted? Why does everyone have to be about the great almighty superheroes? There are other forces of so-called goodness in this world that need to be stopped before they can reach their full potential.
You're the most camp-sounding Texan I've ever heard.
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what that accent is. It's sort of American, I think. Also, is this a bit of plot development? Is there motivation? They want to destroy all the goodness in the world.
I guess.
Yeah, Santa Claus is next, you motherfucker. Jack stepped into the lift of the office block and pushed the button for the 8th floor. Lee quickly joined him and asked him to explain his previous statement. They had been given free control over this building since their release from the dojo and had quickly made good business partners on the condition that they create havoc in the country.
What?
This is good. This is backstory. This is plot, I think.
Yeah, you're right. We said at the beginning that we weren't sure about the motivation of Jack and Lee, and now we're being given kind of motivation. Yeah. They don't like goodness, and they're working with people who like havoc.
Yeah, and they've got business partners, which might be Google or something.
No, they had the "don't be evil" thing, so I can't.
Yeah, that's true. Jack and Lee were given a full tour of the facilities by their backroom man, the person who had made it possible for Jack and Lee to raise hell in Tokyo. I think I remember who this is, but let's find out.
Oh, I don't. I'm looking forward to it. Is it Mark Zuckerberg? Because he's kind of the villain at the moment. Like you said about Google, can't be Google, but it's Facebook.
Well, I don't think Facebook existed when I wrote this, did it?
Not officially. It wasn't famous. It was like an underground criminal organisation, and then they thought they'd go into social media.
It all makes sense now.
Mm.
Also, a handy deal with the local mafia stopped them from treading on anyone's toes. A handy deal with the local mafia. The local mafia.
Well, you don't want to go with the national mafia, you know. You always want to shop local. There's just more soul to it. You don't want the chain mafia.
Now, you know, they've got to start small and build up.
Exactly.
But things had not been going swimmingly for the rebel ninjas. For starters, they never got on. Yeah, we got that. I didn't really need to say that.
Also, rebel ninjas makes them sound way cooler. Like, I want to be the rebel ninjas. Why do they get to be the rebel ninjas?
It was a Billy Idol song, wasn't it? They always argued about the best ways to beat and destroy MC and Chip. Jack had come up with a few long drawn-out plans, while Lee could have just settled on going down to their place of business for a final showdown. As well as this, any plan either of them had thought of had been stopped by the MC and Chip.
Not just MC, the MC.
Man, I've always wanted the prefix of the, and apparently I gave it to you. That's upsetting.
The only person I can think of otherwise is like the Edge from U2, so maybe it's not a good thing to have. True.
Come on.
True. Okay, yeah, it's good again. You're right.
As well as this, any plan neither of them had thought of had been stopped by the MC and Chip, and stopped fast. Which is why, Jack explained as they exited the lift, we're going after someone else. Actually, someplace else. Lee punched the wall in frustration. He's an edgy teen. A concrete wall did not stand in the way of a ninja and his anger.
I told you before, I do not care for these other plans. I want MC and Chip.
Or
the MC.
and Chip.
I'm not sure what's worse, my American or your Korean?
I don't know. At this point, it could be South Africa.
Jack just smiled as they walked into the room. Well, I'll tell you what. Hear my plan out, spelled incorrectly, and if you don't like it, then you can go to hell. Lee snarled at Jack, but followed him anyway, curious into what he had planned next. Into what he had planned next.
I always say that your writing has improved a little bit since then.
I really fucking hope so. Jack reached into a drawer and pulled out a large Levi Arch file and what appeared to be blueprints to a building. It's all getting very officey, isn't it?
Yeah.
He handed the blueprints to Lee. They were for a school.
Uh-oh, pedo time.
Hashtag pedo time. Lee shot Jack a puzzled look, which turned to a look of shock, disgust, and fear as he explained his latest plan.
Oh, wow. So Lee's like the relatively moral one, I guess.
And Lee's just stood there like gurning with all these different looks on his face. Over the past few months, Jack had hired some professionals to research into possible openings to exploit, not necessarily... Oh, okay, sorry, I got that wrong. Let me try that again. Over the past few months, Jack had hired some professionals to research into possible openings to exploit, not necessarily aimed at MC and Chip.
I'm just worried about all these people exploiting openings in a school. Like, it doesn't sound right.
One of his informants had discovered a school on the outskirts of Tokyo which taught bright pupils. Not just any bright kids, though. These were being trained in the magics of wizards and witches.
Because why not? Let's just fucking throw magic in there as well. It's Harry Potter.
It's Hogwarts, man. It's Japanese Hogwarts.
Which isn't about to get fucking invaded by a bunch of professional paedophiles hired by evil rebel ninjas.
Ninja pedos.
Yeah.
Jack spat as he spoke.
What?
Do you know, at the age of just 12, one of these kids could perform a simple spell to banish guys like us from this dimension into some form of hell?
Oh, what do you mean, guys like us?
Well, evildoers, as a certain dead mentor would gave us be.
You and the American slang, I just can't keep up with it.
I care about only one thing in this world, and killing children is not it.
Lee was angry and was feeling a strange feeling in his gut.
Diarrhea.
Feeling a strange feeling. Remorse. In italics to add to the drama. He threw the plans back at Jack and left the room and the office.
And the genetics building thing?
Yeah, and the country and the world.
He's on the moon now.
Fuck me, there's a lot of dialogue in this episode.
Oh, jeez. It's kind of a drag because before you had to do all the talking and now I have to chip in more.
I know, you've got to do some of the work. Oh,
Lame.
God. How about a pool table? Said Chip.
No. How about a pool table? Said Chip? So exclamation question mark there for some reason?
Yes. Did Chip say this? We'll never know.
Well, he's a ninja, so he's being stealthy. Not even the author knows who said it. Christ, what was my J voice?
High-pitched.
No!
Replied Jay.
Snooker table.
MC pitched in as he wandered across the room.
Again, no!
Ping pong table? Louise wondered, but Jay wasn't having any of it.
I'm sorry, Louise and Jay. Oh yeah, sorry. Look, guys, I'm not going to be stuff for a games room.
I'm not going to be stuff
for a games
I'm not going to be stuff. Are we turning Jay into a ping pong table?
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, just like crouch down. Put this net up your butt.
All over your body.
Yeah.
Since all four of the group had come into work, All they had done was hound Jay into buy equipment for their own entertainment, and he was beginning to get pissed off with it. I think I was drunk when I wrote this episode.
I think you were drunk when you wrote all the episodes. But yeah,
I'm drunk right now.
Again, we're being dicks to Jay. It's like, we don't appreciate him as a friend. It's just, he's rich, buy us stuff. How come I'm always the one who gets all the aggro?
Queried Jay.
Because you're small,
said MC, who was still pacing the room. And you're rich, Chip added. And you're not a ninja, came from Louise.
You guys suck.
Oh, what a great banter we're having.
Yeah.
Jay was just about to leave in his new Mercedes-Benz, which was bought purely because Chip had ruined his Porsche during a high-speed chase a couple of days ago, when a mysterious figure walked through the door, blocking Jay from his exit. Louise got up from her sitting position in the living room armchair and approached MC. Softly, she said, Hey, you left a message. She'll get back to you.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
I'm confused.
I'm confused.
So there's a mysterious figure...
Wait, so this is Louise... Wait, oh my god, this is weird. Okay, there's a mysterious figure, but I think this is Louise talking to MC.
About Tifa?
Yeah, I think he was pacing earlier, so maybe she's picked up... Yeah, okay, alright, we've sussed this. He's pacing, she's noticed why, and she's gone up to tell him, Hey, you left a message, she'll get back to you.
I mean, waiting to hear back from women is uncomfortably close to my real life right now, so it's all a bit too real, Chip. And obviously it's also Tifa Lockhart.
Oh man, that would drive you insane.
Yeah.
Tifa Lockhart hadn't been at her desk this morning and had yet to return his phone call. But that quickly went out of MC's head as Jay reappeared, with Lee. Jay was being held by Lee by the throat, which caused a growl from MC.
So, okay, right, just to go on a tangent, I understand now, the mysterious figure was Lee, who appeared, they didn't notice, and then he disappeared.
Did Jay walk out of the room at all, or...?
No, it says blocking Jay from his exit.
So Lee's there, but Lewis is like, hey, don't worry, that lady's going to call you. And I'm just like, yeah, thank you. Oh my god, there's an evil ninja.
But then Jay reappears, so he must appear, block Jay, disappear, reappear, grab Jay.
I don't think I really blocked this out, to be honest. Jay was being held by Lee by the throat, which caused a growl from MC.
Let him go.
Lee said he would release Jay when his safety was in jeopardy. What? So he wants to be threatened and...
Until you're holding a knife to my throat.
I'm not going to let my hostage go. Lee said he would release Jay when his safety was in jeopardy, which would probably be never while he was in the mansion.
Because it's so safe in there.
Yeah, completely safe. We wouldn't harm him at all.
Yeah, exactly. What lovely people.
Chip came running in from the kitchen after he heard a voice that he had recognised. So Chip's also left the room, but has now come back.
Yeah, I guess it was when Louise...
Maybe all the rooms in this abandoned mansion just shift. It's in some sort of weird dimension, so people just end up in rooms they don't really want to be in.
That would make as much sense as the rest of the thing. So
just everything, yeah. He couldn't quite believe it, but he had to give Lee credit for coming here to die. What do you want? He asked. Lee explained that he didn't come here for a fight. Instead, he wanted a truce. MC and Chip laughed. While Jay still struggled against the ninja strength to no avail. Louise was confused. Guys, who's this?
I like to think she's super casual about it. It's like, oh, hi, don't think we met. Are you guys friends?
It was Chip who explained that this was Lee, just one half of their mortal enemies. MC was too angry to talk at that moment and also worrying about the woman that hadn't called him back.
That's his main concern, to be fair. I mean, it's Jay who's in danger, and we clearly only think of him as a wallet, so...
Lee loosened his group? Lee loosened his grip on Jay, who was starting to turn blue, and asked to be heard out. MC demanded to know why they should even give an evil bastard like himself a ninja minute of their time. Ninja time.
Is a ninja minute like faster than a normal minute? Because ninjas are
also
fast?
You don't realise it's gone by until it's too late.
Ah, that's it.
Lee threw Jay into Louise hard enough to knock them both down. This gave MC and Chip the chance to spring into action. They quickly surrounded Lee, who still refused to fight. Chip started to charge, but then he had to turn on the brakes as Shin no Khan appeared in front of him and shouted,
Stop!
Oh man, if we have dialogue between Shinno-kan and Lee, but no one's going to know who the hell is who.
Oh, what are you talking about? There's a clear difference between my Korean accent and my Chinese accent.
Chinese. With a slight hint of Japanese.
Exactly, because he was in Japan for a while, so he would have picked up a local accent.
The car journey had been boring for Jack. He couldn't wait to get to the school. Oh, God. And eye up all those soon-to-be dead children. This was getting a lot darker than I remember.
Oh, God. His erection throbbed in his trousers.
He had never known that death was such a thrill.
Oh, wow.
But all this ninja training had shown him that he was special and he didn't deserve to be bound to helping stupid, innocent people.
Fucking innocent people.
I want to fuck some dead kids.
Dumb.
Lee doesn't know what he's missing, thought Jack. His dad back in the States had always told Jack to do well in school, and if he didn't, then there was trouble.
Ah, here we go.
Backstory.
Abusive childhood for Jack. That's why he gets hard around dead kids.
Perhaps this was why Jack was excited about his new project. I bet he fucking is. He looked around at the 4 mafia heavies who he recruited to help him set the bombs. None of these men even compare to me. Jack's thoughts were bouncing around a lot at the moment. I could squash them all so easily. His thoughts turned to MC and Chip and their little crew, the very rich Jay Bowden and his sexy secretary, Louise.
I feel like we should laugh at this point because Louise does listen to this and I don't want her to think we're laughing at that, but just the language used.
Yeah, it's a great sentence. And also I feel bad for Louise as well because not only is she being objectified by Jack, but does Jack think of her as a small dead child or is he just like open to all kinds of different things?
As long as they're dead. And like petite, that's fine. Or maybe it's secretaries. Maybe that's his thing. Dead things or secretaries. Dead secretaries. Dead secretary children.
Dead child secretaries.
Hot.
.com. If they were to find out about his plan, then they could stop it. But how would they know anyway? And that's going to be the end of part 1 of this episode because it's far too long to do in one part.
But I can't wait for the next episode.
Oh my god, cliffhanger.
I want to know what happens to all the dead child secretaries.
A lot has happened between the last episode and this. It's just like, here's some plot, here's some dialogue, here's some... It's probably why all the sentences are really badly constructed, and it's because I got lost in, like, I've got to write so much, I've got all this backstory planned and everything, and, like, one side of my brain died to accommodate the other.
I think maybe what happened is he went to, like, how to do plots lecture in college or something, and you're like... Oh,
dialogue.
I mean, you did all right with the dialogue, but then there's a point where you just, I can't be fucked to write this, and then you just everything is just in exposition. So,
but yeah, this is tense, man. I'm really looking forward to part 2 and find out what's going to happen with Lee, MC, and Chip. Is Jack going to rape and kill a bunch of kids, or probably kill and then rape a bunch of kids? And also, most importantly of all, will Tifa phone MC?
Da, 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 da.